Good.
I imagine.
Coach, we heard the word communication still being talked about. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I think communications is a talked about word. It's not much of an action word. I think there's more action than anything else involved. And not very good action.
I guess, how bad was it when you watched
I
back?
didn't like it at all. I was miserable. I mean, that's not what we represent. Those guys didn't do a very good job. Shoot, trying to get themselves where they needed to get to was a chore in its own self. When they got there, it was not much of an explosion when we got there.
I imagine it'd be frustrating after the way you guys had played the previous week. It looked like you were turning the corner a little bit.
Well, I think we all, and we practiced pretty well. And I thought that we would have that little bit of confidence. And I think that we got out there and, we come off the ball a couple of times, but not enough to go ahead and to control the clock. Not enough to control the ball, not enough to get the first downs that we needed to give ourselves a chance to win, because you have to execute, and we didn't execute.
Did they get caught up in the moment, do you think?
I'm sure a couple of those guys did, but I mean, that's exactly where it comes into. The scene was a little too big for them.
It seemed like, of all the guys, Parker's played pretty well. Kind of is there a limitation on what he can do or what you can call with him, or?
No, I think Coach Johnson feels that you can call any play with him, and he's going to mess up, and he's done a pretty good job of doing that. But he's also going to come off the ball too, and he does play with a chip on his shoulder, and I think the momentum that he comes off the ball with, and when he hits into some people, I think that you can point it out to other people on the tape and say this is how it's supposed to be done. So he'll do it. He's getting better at his technique. He's getting better at where he has to put his body, and if he would just put himself in position to make a play, I think then he can make that play.
When you're in a half like you were first half last week, and obviously it's not like that happens often, but what makes it so hard to kind of reverse the momentum and
just coming off with a good first step and getting a couple first downs and keeping hitting the plays, hitting some big plays, getting people on the ground, knocking linebackers off the feet, getting 18 inches of movement at the point of attack. There are times when we do that, and there are times a lot more times than we didn't. There was a couple times when they looked like they looked the week before, but not enough. You couldn't put three together.
Is Clark more ready to play this week, do you think, after missing that 1 week and then trying to come back?
I think he's doing the best he can, and we'll see how he progresses.
Is it kind of an open situation with most of the offensive line positions, except for, I guess, Freddie?
You got to. You don't perform. I mean, shoot, you got to find guys that will perform under pressure, perform in the big lights, and come down here and Bobby Dodd and show, hey, this is exactly what I can do.
You gave, I think, from a couple reps at guard. How did he look there?
He didn't get any reps.
It was unbalanced.
Oh, it's just out of heavy.
Yeah.
It was just a formation. He's always played the tackle position for us.
Curious, Coach was saying that he was going to devote more time to the offense. I'm curious, what if anything was different in the way he was?
He's always spent his time with us. I mean, he's done a good job, and just to fine-tune the little points, to fix the little points, and make sure that the proper steps are being taken, make sure the proper angles are being taken, making sure that we understand exactly where this ball's going and the attitude of where it needs to be. I mean, is it a longer play? Is it a slower developing play? Is it a quick play? Is it a fast play? Just make them more aware. I mean, sometimes they just rote memory by them. They go, okay, I know this is what you can say it in two-dimensional, but it's different when it gets to three-dimensional.
Is it harder for you guys to sub guys? You're not on the field right now, right? You're in the box.
No, it's not hard.
I mean, when someone screws up, to pull them out.
No, it's not hard at all. We've done a good job with that. Coach West has done a bang-up job, and he's brought a lot of intensity and a lot of knowledge and expertise to the position, and he's done a good job. Didn't show Saturday, but Thursday, but he's a good football coach, and he's done a bang-up job, and we're proud to have him and how he sees things and does things. He's an asset to us.
Do you go back and kind of re-examine what you're doing in terms of, I guess how much soul searching goes on when you have something like that for you?
All the time. Evidently you explain it the way you've explained it for years. I mean, shoot, I've been at it for 30-some years. I mean, the first national championship, I was part of that deal. I mean, I've seen it for since '85. So I mean, it's going on 31 years. I've been around the offense. So yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it get the. Seen it really come off, and seen it really. Seen why you need to do this, and all you have to do is execute. There's no magic formula to it. Just bend your knees, get yourself in your position, and put yourself in a position where you can go ahead and make a play.
Is there anything in particular you can do to like there were some plays where they're putting their hands, kind of pushing your guys off, and that kind of stuff?
That's the way defenses play. That's nothing. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, you got to accelerate into it. You got to hit through the skeletal frame and not keep on the butt.
So the key there is for them to make contact, regardless of the hand, and get on the guy.
If those guys are reaching out to you, then they're not coming into you. They're giving ground. Sometimes people give ground to get around you. Then you got to accelerate your feet and go ahead and just keep pushing, because you can run a lot faster forward than they can backwards or sideways.
Going up against Wilkins, I imagine, was a real eye-opener for some of those guys out there.
Well, going against all those guys was an eye-opener to them, I'm sure of it. I mean, other than I thought at times Shamir Devine, could hold his own, and at times I thought Freddie did a good job. And I think that those guys, I mean, it's part of the deal.
Curious, for this week with the extra days, did you use it differently in terms of game planning and watching tape?
Yeah, obviously, yes. I mean, we went back and looked at what we did. Went back to try to come up with a good game plan and really try to accelerate our learning process to our guys to get it up in there and understand exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
How do you feel like practice has been? I know just really it's today. But
Every day is. I mean, I thought we practiced well last week, so that's the kick in the teeth I get. Watch Thursday night. I was impressed with the lack of mental mistakes during the week from the guys I counted on, and then I didn't get them on Thursday. I was disappointed. So I mean, you can say, hey, it's a great practice. It's a great practice. I mean, sometimes it's as much a mental deal as it is a physical deal. But if they understand it and can come do it and just accelerate, that's exactly what you want to see happen. As I watch the drills, I can see the drill work. The footwork's where it needs to be. The pad level's where it needs to be. The eyes are where they need to be. The hands are where they need to be. And then you put 3 guys on side of you, or 4 or 5 guys on side of you, put a couple guys with white shirts and black stripes on them, and the technique doesn't seem to be the same it was when I saw it underneath the shoe.
All right, thanks, Coach.